Hey guys, today we have a 2008 Honda Accord that doesn't have any AC or there's no cold air when it's driving the car. So we're gonna check and verify if it doesn't have a freon or some components are messed up like AC compressor or maybe just some electrical problem like relay or fuse. All right guys, let's go diagnose and start doing this. Let's get to it. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is verify the problem. We're gonna make sure that the AC compressor is working. If that is engaging and we still have no cold air, um, it's not the compressor problem. But right now, let's go ahead and verify it. Let's go ahead and start the car. Go over here. I'm gonna skip some of the process, but it's about the same thing. This is the fastest way to check it for me. Start the car. Make sure everything is on for the AC. Circulating on, max, AC on, right there. So as I can tell it's lukewarm. Then let's go to right here. As you can see, the AC compressor is not engaged. Right there. It's the inside part, the outside part is not engaged, not even spinning. So we're gonna check what I'm gonna do. Check if you have some pressure. Check here. Check the hot. So this is the low side and this is the high side. We're gonna check the high pressure sensor and if they have power going into the compressor. And you can also check your fuse box here. Let me just turn off the car so you can hear me. Okay. So this is the easiest way and the fastest way to check it. First, what I'm going to do, turn on the low pressure. This is the low pressure side. Do not open the high pressure side, which is the skinny one. The fat one is the low pressure side. Let's just do a quick check. If there's any pressure. Then get it. What you gotta do is get some flat screwdriver or anything sharp that goes in there, and then press that nozzle. If you hear something, do not smell it. It's just a little bit pressure. It might not have a freon, but let's go ahead check two things that I need to check. First, check the high pressure side if you have any power going on, because that would this is the sensor right here. If you follow that high pressure line going back to radiator, and you'll see that. Show you that one. That's the high pressure side. I'm gonna disconnect it. Okay, and I'm going to check the power. Okay, so I'm gonna do if there's a power going through there. Let me go ahead start the car again. Okay, same thing. Make sure the climate control is on. So now that's disconnected. I'm going to have my test light. Put it to the negative side of the battery, right there. And with this test light, I'm going to touch one of the terminals there. Okay, see if I can do it. 1 second. Okay, so this is my test light. You have it on the negative side, negative terminal. I'm going to go ahead and touch it. Okay, I have a power. because as you can see, this fan turns on every time I touch it. Check it out. See that? So that's good there. So I'm gonna go ahead, connect it, put it back again. See that? There's a power because the fan is turning on. Let's go ahead and turn off the car. So there's a power there. The question is if there's a pressure inside. That means there's pressure inside to activate it. The next thing we're gonna do is check the power supply that goes to the compressor itself. So there's a 1-pin connector there. So if we can focus down here, that's for the alternator going down here. And there's blue tab. We'll disconnect that one. There you go. And then same thing. We're gonna use the test light. If there's a power coming out from here to supply the to supply our AC compressor. We're gonna go ahead turn on the car again. All right, let's check that. Okay, make sure everything is on. AC is on. All right. Same thing. We have the negative terminal. This test light we have connected to the negative terminal. And then be careful with the fan and the belt in your hand. What I'm going to do is grab this connector and put a test light in there. See that? So that means we have a power. We have a power to go to the compressor. Let's turn off the car. Okay. So what does it tell me? Let me go ahead install that. Put that connector back in there. Make sure we don't forget it. What does it tell me right now? So we know for sure that we have power going through the to the compressor. If you have a power, that means our fuse are good, our relay are good for the AC compressor. So technically we don't have to check the fuse because we know we have a power going through it. If you want to check it, just to double check it, you can just open this fuse box and find the one it says MG clutch, which is that one. See, there's this glare in here, right there. MG clutch 7.5 amps, which is right here in the corner. There's a 7.5 fuse there. I'm not pulling it out because I know it's working. And also your relay, you can check your relay, which is that relay right there with this no flexing radiator kind of thing. You can go ahead switch some of the relay around and you know if it's working or not, or get a new one. That's cheap, it's like 10 bucks. But I know that I have a pressure, my fan is working, and I have a power going through, and still doesn't engage my AC compressor clutch. One more thing before we say it's the compressor problem. If you hold this, if you go down there and spin that outside, see, I can't even spin it by hand. That is locked up. Most likely the compressor is bad. And I do have the new compressor here. If you look at it, this is the outside, I'm telling you. If you can spin this by hand, it's not locked up. See that? That is spinning. If it's locked up, that's bad. And you have to replace it. The whole thing inside is locked up. So now we know the AC compressor is bad. And that's what I'm going to do. Replace it, disassemble it, replace it. And one more thing that you can do is bypass this. Another check. Bypass this on the high pressure side. What you're going to do, remove it. Let me show it to you. Okay, what you can do is disconnect the high pressure sensor right there. And then what you can do is bypass it. You're gonna have this wire. Go ahead, um, put it in one end and the other. So just bypass it. If you do that and turn on the car, and still your compressor doesn't turn on, doesn't engage, that's another sign that you're. And now for sure that the compressor is bad. AC compressor is bad, and which I already did that. I'm not gonna show you. That's pretty easy. Get a little wire or pin, bypass those, turn on. Make sure you have the power supply if your compressor is connected. And mine did not engage the AC compressor, so I will be replacing the AC compressor. So that's what we're going to do. First, remove the freon in the system, and then remove the compressor. All right. Okay, guys. So we just finished refilling it with refrigerant. So let's go check it. Our compressor. Just let me get a light real quick. So you can see the compressor is running. Go ahead. Right there. It's spinning. It's good. And if you don't have this gauge, we can go ahead check with this regular gauge right here. We'll see if we have a good pressure inside. All right, let's go ahead put this on. Make sure this is close. This is close. It's all the way down. Yeah, see that? It's leaking a little bit, so it's close. So you can see we got a full. Can you see it well? It's on the blue side. So we're in full. That's good. Let's go ahead check our temperature inside the car. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Cold. Look at that. That's 40 and keep dropping too. All right. So now you can drive anywhere you want in the hot weather, and then your AC is working good. All right, guys. That's how you install the AC compressor and diagnose what's wrong with the AC problem for your vehicle. And for this particular car, it's a Honda Accord, very reliable. All right, guys. Thank you for watching.